Charles Oakley said Master P never had NBA talent. Let's get into the content, bro. Y'all drop it in the comments. I don't even know who Charles Oakley is. I'm just being honest, just being real.
With Master P, right?
Yep. It was funny. But they said he could play. I never seen him play, but he did. You know, he made the road trip. I think, and he got in a couple games, and you know, he had some talent, but he ain't have enough talent to make the league. But he came out. He wasn't ashamed about it. But yeah, he had a couple threes, but he wasn't ready. But hey, he got his shot. At least he got his shot and tried. But Butch, it was a good thing. Butch, gave him a shot.
How did your teammates feel about him being on the team?
Um, I mean, they didn't even think twice about it. It's just Master P, the rapper, and he couldn't guard nobody. So one of them guys, he's probably always played. Like R. Kelly played with his friends. They give him the ball and shoot every time. But no, he could shoot a three though. He wasn't fast or nothing to beat you off the dribble. But like I say, he got in the training camp. P want to shoot that three. He make it go, Oh man, it was funny though.
Why you say it was funny?
Because boy, he was doing stuff, just trying out for the team, going from A to B. It just, just his swag. It was just funny how first time a rapper ever tried to make a basketball team, and like I said, he worked hard, but he just didn't have the right skills for basketball, at that level. He probably can make it. He probably can make the league in this era because they don't do nothing but shoot threes and run back down the court. Well, he could shoot, but my thing is, he wasn't a great ball handler, so he's more of like a spot up guy, So he dribbled more than 4 or 5 times. That's a turnover. Birdman gonna steal the ball from him. It didn't stop him. At least he tried.
So he'll be on the road with y'all. When y'all go to state, he'll be on the road with y'all, taking the buses and everything.
Yeah, well, he had to go on the road. He trying out, so we had some preseason games. Matter of fact, we played one in Atlanta, one in San Antonio. So I mean, he got in. They were saying P. It was funny.
Looking at
You mentioned some of the leagues that you played in: the ABA, CBA, IBL, NBA. You averaged 24 points a game in 2004. The ABL Las Vegas Rattlers. Played in the preseason for the Charlotte Hornets, Toronto Raptors, and you played with some great players. You played with Vince Carter. Charles Oakley was on that Toronto team. You mentioned
Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
Why don't you? I mean, I remember you doing an interview and you said, "I'm good enough to make it. It's whether or not they can look past Master P and give me a fair shake."
Yep. Well, people got to realize Master P was so big and my music was so big, even at Charlotte. I mean, I did a hell of a job there, but Bob Bass, the GM, said, "Man, your music is pure filth." And then another thing, he knew I was a tough guy, right? He said, "Why you not scared of Andy Mason?" I said, "Sir, I'm not scared of no man." He said, "Well, I'm scared of Andy Mason, and I don't know why you're not scared." And so me and Andy Mason ended up being friends, but we got into it when I first came there. He's from New York. I'm from New Orleans. God bless the dead. Like, that was my dude. But when we first got there, Andy Mason was a bully. I'm on the team with Andy Mason, Derrick Coleman, and B.J. Armstrong, Dale Curry. And so when I get in training camp, Andy Mason said, "Don't nobody touch me," telling all the rookies, "Nobody touch me in practice or you're going to have a problem." So, me being from New Orleans, as soon as I went up for a shot, pop, I hit him. He like, "Lil man," this dude about 6'10", I'm 6'4". He like, "Lil man, we going to fight after practice." I said, "No, bro, fight right now. We got to fight right now." And he started saying, "Man, I like you. You tough." And we ended up being friends after that. But, me just setting the stage, because I asked Coach. I said, "Coach, what happened if we get into it? Coach said, whatever happened in the gym, stay in the gym. So I'm like, well, I got tested a couple times, even in Toronto. I'm a rookie, so the rookie's always supposed to carry the bags. And I'm like, me, I'm out there with Charles Oakley.
Oh, that's my dog.
That was my dog, man. Me and Oakley, we was on it. So it was like, when we come to town, it was like, man, it's so, they wanted me to carry the bags. I said, I can't carry the bags. I'm a super rookie. So, so I never carried the bags. So, I ain't gonna say no name, but one of the players did try, because everybody from the hood, but we played basketball.
Right.
And that, I don't think that went too good for him. After that, I ain't never had to carry the bags. Nobody never asked me, so.
But P, you already know, if you're a younger player, they're gonna try you. They're gonna say some things to see how far they can go with you. Now, if you let it slide, because in sports, it's kind of like anything. It's a prison mentality. It's a Serengeti mentality.
Oh yeah, no, they'll put shaving cream in your face. I set the rules straight when I got there. I said, look, man, I come here to work to get example, so they can understand that they're not gonna keep playing them rookie games with me. So it's a lot. You're right. Playing basketball with people, I don't know how it is now, but back then you had real guys from hoods in these leagues. So it was always looking for the next tough guy who gonna run the team or whatever. And I'm like, man, this is almost like being in prison.
It's a mentality that you got to stand up for yourself. And sometimes, P, you got to be willing, you got to fight, even though you might not can beat the guy, but you got to stand up for yourself, because if you don't, they'll continuously run over you. And hey, I used to tell them, I went to college. I said, look here, I didn't come to fight, but I didn't come to lose either. So how we gonna do this?
we gonna fight
every
no
day.
Say the man couldn't dribble, dribbled it more than 2-3 times, somebody would take it from him. You know what I mean? Couldn't shoot under pressure. Couldn't play defense. All he had was a set shot. Leave him open, he's bound to hit one. But he say the man was slow as hell. Nobody on the team paid him any attention. Look, drop it in the comments. Shout out Master P, because he was the first rapper and only rapper to go from rapping to the NBA. You know what I mean? He had to have some type of skill to get there, bro. We done all seen Master P hoop, bro. Back in the day, you could always watch a celebrity basketball game. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. The nigga could hoop. He was dunking and everything. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Master P, because he made it there. Now, who is this Charles Oakley nigga? That is the question. Bro, I tried to remember. I know everybody, you know what I mean? Karl Malone, John Stockton, you know what I mean? Look, we can name, the list goes on. Larry Johnson, you know what I mean? I know all the NBA players from the 90s. Steve Kerr, drop it in the comments, bro. Everybody, they're big names, but when I come to think of it, who the fuck is Charles Oakley? I don't know if he played with them for the Raptors or the Hornets. I don't know the guy. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Drop it in the comments if you know him. But he's not in history books, bro. You wasn't no better than Master P, nigga. You probably were just tall. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, man. Like I said, shout out Master P. Still has a history or a career in basketball right now, fam. Yeah, he's the basketball director at UNLV, I believe. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments, man. You can't hate on that, man. Master P is winning. And when he performs, he runs and plays. Nigga, I might start doing my fucking podcasting in that way. Running and plays like P, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Nigga changing the world, bro. On top of that, them new wheelchairs that he built for the kids, man, that's a whole nother story. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clipper. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.